should be good. Yeah, buddy. Finally. Dude, you wouldn't believe the nonsense I've gone through to make this make sense, to make this work. Can you even see me? Hello? Kind of. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Of Notre Dame. Brother, so my DJI broke. I bought a Muse Extra, which is what I'm using right now, but that also broke. Turns out it was likely the USB cable that was somehow destroying the charging capabilities and the ability for it to be a webcam. And I know it sounds crazy, like, Doe, how come your devices keep breaking? I'm not using them weirdly. I plug it into PC and I expect it to do the things it's supposed to do, and somehow it breaks. So I messaged the company going, hey, is it okay to use a Muse, the Muse, whatever this is, Extra as a webcam? They say, yeah. So I bought a Cable Matters cable. Cable Matters, which isn't that long of a cable. I think the problem before was I went with off-brands, not intentionally, because they just had longer cables. So, moral of the story is, if using expensive hardware, use short name brand cable, which I have a Cable Matters cable with a Cable Matters extender for it. And this time, the Muse Extra lasted more than one day. Because previously I plugged it in, it turned webcam, worked properly, broke after the next time trying to do the exact same thing. And I tried 2 different PCs. I've got 2 PCs. So, anyway, we're making goulash, ladies and gentlemen, and doing a morning routine. Not really a get ready with me because I'm still clothed. That's next time. But we got goulash, which could possibly be called American chili. I don't know exactly. And yes, there's meat. Give me a second. We've got very expensive, not that it matters, but it just tastes good, grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef. And I think the camera stuff's good. Boom. This is from Central Market. It's from Walmart, actually. And it's very good. It's better than H-E-B's grass-fed, ground-finished. Wait. Grass-fed, grass-finished. I don't know why, but they just do a better job. So H-E-B catches an L in that regard, unfortunately. I'm an H-E-B stan. So first order business. Find the pan that I used for the thumbnail. Boom, bada bing. We're gonna be putting this on the stove and setting it to medium heat. As soon as we turn it on. We got safety locks, even though I'm a grown adult and there's no children here. I guess it makes sense though. I got nephews and nieces that come over occasionally. And for some reason, one of them is a pyromaniac in the sense of loving to burn their hands. Dog, figure it out. Hot surface, no touch. They only touch. It's ridiculous. I'll go ahead and move this up so you can see me, just because the pan's gonna take a lot of heat. Boom. Dude, and the reason why I like these gimbals that are 3-point gimbals is because you can maneuver it up and down, left and right. I bought a Instalink 360, or no, an Instalink webcam thing. And it's a gimbal, but it doesn't go it doesn't go side to side and up and down. It just does one. And that's not what I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I can't read chat unless I'm like over here off the camera, just so we're clear. Sounds yummers. Oh, it is. I make this all the time. I'm such a big fan. Now, while the meat's going, you can do something such as put in your diced tomatoes. I should probably list the ingredients. So I'm making 3 pounds of ground beef. I'll be adding in about a pound of carrots later on. I'm gonna go to HB and get those. And I also have black beans. These don't get added now. The black beans and carrots go about 2 hours before the goulash is done, which I cook mine for around 10 hours. You can go shorter than that. I just like 10 hours. It gives it a umami flavor, or whatever they call it. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and crack open a Cento Sen Marzano. This is peeled tomatoes. Put it in there. We're gonna go ahead and dice them up with whatever we have utensil-wise. In my case, we're in shambles. I can't locate it. Where are you? Ooh, I bought a new spatula. The corners are lethal weapons. I don't know what that's about, but this is kind of the same size as my old spatula that I'm actually gonna keep using, since this one is, I don't know, man. I don't know why these are freaking lethal. They should not be that sharp. Not for my purposes, at least. Because too sharp of a thing, like you don't want a blade in your pan. You don't want to have like essentially a knife inside your pan. It would make no sense. So my spatula that I've been using for a while, I like it. The only issue is this new pan I have is it's wide. Spatula, not that wide. So it's difficult to maneuver without sometimes occasionally burning my finger. You probably can't see it, but I wasn't paying attention, burnt my fingy, and I was kind of upset. Speaking of to open this can, we got a Pampered Chef thing. My mom does Pampered Chef stuff all the time. I feel like Pampered Chef is dang near a cult for her because she'll buy stuff that's way too expensive, and she gets like a discount. But she's doing like, it's not even an affiliate thing. It's worse than affiliate. She don't get paid. She just gets discounts for selling stuff. I should probably let her know that she's being scammed in a sense. I'll think about it because she likes it, so maybe I just let her live. Now they do sell can openers that are like freaking muy poquito. They're a little square that do the same thing. There's no handle, and I might get one of those just because it takes up less counter space. Because in my case, I'm pretty bad at not putting things on the counter for no reason. It's actually my favorite pastime. I just do that because why not? Now the crock pot itself is not over here. Oh wait, okay. So when using stuff in cans, I recommend getting the ones you don't have to sit there and instantly peel the lid off of because that's cool, it's handy. The problem is you're wasting product. And that's what scrubs do. Whereas in this case, let me get you guys closer. I'm gonna zoom you down. I can't go any closer than this. Like I said, bro, I bought long cables, fried the equipment. But if you just dump this out regularly, like I just did, you're like, oh, I want to dump it, it's good. There's nothing left. Rookie mistake. That's what a noob says. A kitchen noob. Don't be a kitchen noob. You take, this is a silicone spatula that you should not get hot, but you just scrape the edges, brother. This goes for yogurt, in this case, tomato sauce, but anything that you can use, or any canned stuff you can do this with in most cases. Beans, you don't gotta do that. Beans, just use water, rinse out the can, and the beans will follow. But for yogurt, you can get an extra like 50 grams, son. And 50 grams is a lot where I come from. Big deal. But just to make your money go a bit further, I suppose. Little tech right there, little secret tech. Put that over yonder. And once you're done with those cans, rinse them out instantly. There's no point in letting it just crust over. That goes for basically all kinds of stuff. Whether you eat off of it, whether you use it for your cooking, just add water to it, rinse it out. It takes 2 seconds. It makes cleaning way easier. And you get less bugs. Big fan of less bugs. Okay. So this in the pan, well, pot. I can't get any closer. You know what? I got you, Chief. So, this better not get on my camera, but we go ahead and we mash these down a little bit. You can leave them as is. I just don't want to have any potential for like massive chunks, which they don't bother me. It's just a texture thing. It tastes better if they're not like that. You can see that, right? Now, it's way easier doing this if I'm not holding it like an absolute dent in the middle of my kitchen, but oh well. Mash those, not perfectly, just enough. I think that's good. It's alright. So, that's set and dandy. I'm gonna go ahead and set this not on my blade. There's no sheath for that, so I don't know where to put it. I think people have like magnets they can hang things from. That'd be the cool way to do stuff. Alright. Next step, the pan's getting hot for the ground beef. Now we need to bust out parchment paper. This is culinary parchment from Costco, multi-purpose non-stick paper. It's made from vegetable parchment. It's genuine vegetable parchment paper. I have no idea if that's actually good for the environment. We'll go ahead and assume it is until we learn of it until we learn of it being not later on. So get one sheet and a second sheet. That's kind of loud probably. My condolences for your eardrums. I'm going to take a single patty at a time, smash it down, not crazy, but just a little bit. That way it gets better surface area on the pan and it's not so thick. Because when meat's too thick, it becomes difficult to cook it thoroughly through the center. And I do believe I won't go to the point where it's medium well. We'll see. Now with these 3 packs, I'm going to cut here and here to separate them without actually opening the package. Just wanted to show a bit of support. Sergeant Gunnery, thank you for the Ron 25. Mi bruta. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. And thanks for support. Thanks for just watching the stream, actually. Pretty quick, and bust open a cooking stream and have folks interested. Now, cooking, like these, I don't like using the big knife for this because obviously it's massive, and this knife is a bit dull. But it's not that big a deal. They're not like ungodly dull. You should never cut towards yourself, guys. It's the scalp blood circle, okay? The scalp blood circle, but it doesn't actually matter that bad. It doesn't matter that much as long as you're not being crazy. I feel like a lot of things are just sort of set in place because some folks can't be trusted. They can't be trusted with their own, They can't be trusted by themselves. That's what I meant to say. Trying to speak fluently without having to break too much is very difficult. It's a skill that I am quite jealous of many people that have it. In fact, I'm about to conduct some seances and steal their speaking powers for my own. Because developing it on my own is impossible. I'm going to go ahead and open these. With the big F-off knife for no reason. Oh, well. Well, that last one did not turn out too good. Man, it was going really good until it didn't. There should be one of these that's actually opening correctly. And we got it. Boom. Bada bing. Don't worry, I'll clean my counters later. I do have a... I can't go this way. The cable's blocking me. I have this. So people got mad at me for using Clorox, which is like understandable. So now I have, I think it's 93% rubbing alcohol with, it's like half and half with water. I did that so folks wouldn't yell at me again because it hurt my feelings last time. So boom. Do this. The pan's getting pretty hot. Now I'm gonna do something pretty dumb. Well, maybe not too dumb, but it's gonna be a little tedious. You don't have to do this. I'm gonna do it because I'm weird. I'm gonna cook the ground beef, then I'm gonna clean the pan. I'm gonna do that because I wanna have a more proper sear every time I cook it. If I don't clean it, it's just not as good. Wouldn't be a problem. The issue is my stove isn't good, so it cannot maintain proper heat, and that means that I can't cook things and I can't use the whole pan to get it hot. That's an issue if you buy low-end induction stoves. That's the problem if you go induction, is you basically have to get like a medium end, which is around, I'd say, what is it, $1,500 to $1,600. My stove was $700. So it works, like it does stuff, but I'm trying to upgrade eventually. Just not sure when. Could be soon, you never know, man, because I'm getting kind of tilted by it. It is a very constant ordeal. I make goulash on a weekly basis. And this, by the way, this is 3 pounds of ground beef, a can of 16-ounce black beans, 2 beef broths, which these are not cheap, so there's that. That in total, I'm not going to do it off the top of my head. I have it in chronometer, actually. I'll go ahead and break down the macros right quick. Give me 1 second. Sharp knives are safe knives. That's true. I mean, I have dull knives, but again, I feel like the sharp knives are safe knives thing also applies. Now, there are times where a dull knife is like going to snag, and that's kind of sketch. I haven't cut myself on a knife, and I haven't had the sharpest knives in a while. Like, this one's sharp. I think it just, again, boils down to it is trying to catch the average person, or even the below average person, and trying to guide them from hurting themselves. But if you're smart in the kitchen, some of the rules still apply. They just apply a bit less. There's less chance for it to go wrong. All right, so we took our parchment paper, we're smashing down the ground beef a little bit. I'm not gonna make it like super thin. I do have a thing I could do this with. It's like a little handle press, but it's not as wide as I want it to be, so I don't really like using it. I just prefer using my hands. Sometimes you'll see products to try and solve a problem, and it's just not worth doing. It's just a waste of space. It's a waste of money. And that's kind of what that was, even though I didn't buy it, so it's not a huge deal. Anyway, back to the macros of this thingy. Add food, custom. So I've got goulash, 937 goulash. Goulash with black beans. I'm gonna do this one. So it's 660 calories, 74 grams of protein, 43 grams of carb. I'm cross-eyed. 74 grams of protein, 43 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of fat for 660 calories. That's the goulash. I eat that on a basically daily basis. One of my favorite meals. Which I'm very basic in the sense that I eat kind of the same stuff constantly. I'll do 7 eggs with potatoes and usually broccoli, and then I'll do goulash with potatoes and maybe broccoli if I didn't do broccoli with the eggs. And I switch which one goes first. I'll do eggs for afternoon food, sometimes night, and if I don't do the goulash at that time, I'll just switch places there. So like I said, kind of weird with the food. Oh well. Now, we take a this, we move a this. You can kind of see the pan. I can't get any closer. I want to get like a better setup where I can move and have a second camera. Can I zoom you guys in? Is that possible? What? Oh my God, we can. That's the best I can do, Chief. That's the best I can do. Where's my spatula? Where's my stapler? All right. So, I'm gonna go ahead and switch places here. This will take a bit longer than usual, although making goulash does take me like an hour and a half, I think by myself. Can you see? Yes, you can. We have a 6x3 spatula here. As you can see, the edges are not rounded. It's pretty big. The handle's not big. This is muy poquito. And like I said earlier, the reason why I want to get a new one is that. You see how I could burn the absolute dog water out of my freaking fingers like I kind of did previously? It's healing now, thank heavens. Anywho, take the spatula. Scoop it underneath the ground beef. If we're the God's chosen child, this will lift off the paper and it will not deform. Oh my God. Let's go. And set it down. Boom. You do not need oil. Correction. I do not use oil. So if you need oil, that's your prerogative. I don't. I'm going to put that in the pan like so. It's going to cook for a little bit. While it's going, I will do something else. I'm going to go ahead and probably set up another piece of ground beef. Go ahead and zoom you guys out. Wrong one. Meow. Meow. And then, that's my laundry room. Wait. Wait a second. Listen. All right. So, ground beef goes there. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the morning routine part of this whole stream. I zoom you guys out again. Nope. Boom. Boom. Bada bing. My goodness. Stop looking at my laundry room, guys. Bunch of weirdos. Okay. So, this is not sponsored. I'm affiliated with Ecovision, but I make $0 on non-flavored creatine, so take that how you want it. I do 15 grams of creatine and a scoop of optimized minerals, blood orange. I also take the inositol cysteine. They call it knack, and there's a reason for that. It's way easier. I take it just cause, and I just got these skin and eye support from Santa Cruz Paleo. That guy makes a bunch of stuff that I kind of like. Some things not a huge fan of, but supplement-wise, I do enjoy it. And we have, of course, the manufactured juice, 0 sugar, Minute Maid Mango Passion. So here's the plan. We get those. We bust out stainless steel, I'm pretty sure, cups that if you buy these, get ones that don't have a rim because it like curls and catches liquid. I quite despise that aspect. Boom. This is 5 calories per 8 fluid ounces. We probably won't be getting 8 fluid ounces, and if we do, we'll get just there, so 5 calories. Not a big deal. And there's 24 calories in this optimized minerals, but hey, I like it. So 1 scoop of this. A bit extra because I don't know how to scoop properly. Boom. Now for creatine, people recommend 5 grams daily, and I do as well. I take 15 grams just because, why not? There's potential it has brain benefits when taking around that amount. Some folks do like 20, 25 grams. I do 15. Holy smokes, he got Colombian Bam Bam everywhere. Call the police. He's a white powder demon. That happens occasionally. That actually hasn't happened in a while, so it's kind of annoying. No need to fear. I got a new vacuum on the way. I'm getting the Mighty Mouse professional version, which is kind of odd timing, but I ordered that yesterday. Pretty excited. All right. Boom. I cannot believe I just made that mess. Whatever. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna put these somewhere else. Whatever. We'll put it right here. We got the goulash in the C corner. This is over here. Now, if you try and drink plain creatine with water, it's fine. Like, I can do it. I just don't like it that much. So having flavored anything just makes the whole process not a big deal, especially 15 grams of unflavored creatine. And I recommend getting unflavored creatine because you can put it in whatever you want. Don't put it in anything that is carbonated. You will have a mess, just so we're aware. I've done that a few times because I don't learn my lesson. Hopefully you can heed my words. Do as I say and not as I do, because I don't learn from my own mistakes. You can be different. You can be the change we need in the world. All right, we're going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. Meow. Zoom you guys down. Target spotted. All right. Take your spatula. And this shouldn't be super hard to, like, you shouldn't have to scrape it up. In fact, I don't have to. It just kind of comes off the pan. Boom. Now, it's a decent mild reaction right there. Preferably, I'd have that all be sort of like better. But hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. It's chill. In about 2 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and cut this into pieces. I'm going to go meow, meow. And then we'll put it in the crock pot, which is actually right here. I forgot where it was. All right. Beaming you guys out. Now. All right. I need to find a way to do this way better. There's got to be a process that doesn't involve buying 7 freaking $450 gimbals. Anywho, you definitely, if you make this little concoction, make sure you mix it, because there's like, what is that? 15. There's probably 22 grams of powder in this. Just so we're all on the same page. Cheers, bud. I do not want to gulp into the mic. If it happens, I apologize. I'm not a mukbanger, all right? Not by choice, at least. This does taste pretty good, though. I promise I'm not making a face-off camera. This actually tastes pretty good. Take with orange juice? I used to. It's just that I'm trying to lose some weight right now. So orange juice is like, it's not a big deal, but words. 8 ounces is, I actually have orange juice in the fridge I stopped drinking. 8 ounces is 120 calories versus my current 5 calories. So you can make that work all day for sure. It's just easier for me to not drink that because liquid calories are kind of difficult to sort of work around. I hate these cups because I can't drink it right. I can't drink it fast. If I try to, it'll spill. Just because of how the lip is made. That's why I need to get like a stainless steel blender bottle, dude. Blender bottle, if they made glass containers, they would kill it, I'm pretty sure. Because people are getting more, like folks still use plastic and whatnot, like, because who cares? I still do. But I would love to have a glass blender bottle made out of like good glass quality. Doing almost 45 ounces of goulash. Name a more iconic duo. Yep. We've got, what is that? 4 times 12. Wait, 48, 96. I can't go higher than that. We got like 130 something ounces of ground beef. I can taste the steel just seeing it. It's not, you can't taste the steel. What are you talking about? All right. And because there's so much water, I'm gonna go ahead and pour some more water in this and drink it real quick. Okay. Part-time mukbang is over. Back to the cooking. Go ahead and maneuver this. Oh, a little side question for folks that may know. What kind of software could I use on the Muse Extra to turn it from 1080p to 4K? Or to 2K or 4K? Like having the choice to pick what I want. Because the Muse Extra says, to increase the quality of the camera from 1080p, wait, what? You're supposed to be in 60 frames, you goober. Rolled. I got absolutely rolled. I'm upset. But the Muse says to use third-party software to increase the video quality past what it can do. Which I chose 1080p 60. Why did it roll me like that? Okay, this may be a bit too long to have cooked it. Wait. Now that's a good mild reaction. Holy smokes. Sheesh. Okay, I'm gonna cut it long ways and then we're gonna do hot dog, hamburger. Sound good? And it's better off if you cut into it and then do it, I think. Also, maybe I do hamburger and then hot dog. You know what I mean? Maybe that makes more sense. Because the idea is to not have it destructure itself too badly. Oh no. Alright, it's going to be pink in some areas and actually most areas. But I'm going to go ahead and put it in the crock pot because it can still cook in there. And I don't want it to get super dry. Although, the cool thing about the crock pot, it makes it so even if you make dry beef, it doesn't matter. It can save it. Which is big. Oi. Unhandy. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, just because I'm not done yet. I mean, I should have had this already ready. Normally I have a beef broth already open and I can deglaze the pan right here. Which I'm gonna deglaze it and I'm gonna clean it just because I'm weird like that. Use about half this. Now, part of me thinks I probably shouldn't pour this in with the ground beef because I don't want it to boil like that. Because even in the crock pot, I'm not going to be having it so high that it boils anything because that's just not what I'm going for. And the idea of pouring in beef broth now is you can scrape the pan and get off the pseudo cooked in bits. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and transfer this to the crock pot. Meow. Can you see that? You can't see me, whatever. You can see it enough. I should remove this. Surgically putting spatula somewhere else. All right, we're back. The kitchen surgeon is on the case. If I didn't put that beef broth in the hot pan, this all would be looking a lot different. And don't mind the white stuff. That's like mineral deposits I can clean off using Barkeeper's Friend or a lemon. Yeah, lemon. But I'm gonna go ahead and actually do that because I am, like I said, kind of weird when it comes to making this beef. In a perfect world, I'd have a massive, massive pan and I could just do both burners, but this stove isn't good. It's just not a quality stove, so I can't do that. Unfortunately, I would love to, but I can't. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start. Actually, this is gonna be a while, man. Don't look at my closet, pantry. Rotation. Don't look at my counters, and do not tell my mom they're dirty. She'll freaking lose it. I'll be in trouble. All right. So I do have plastic in here from the ground beef because I couldn't maneuver it. Actually, speaking of, do this real quick. Put this on this towel. Put this in the trash can. I just couldn't get by because the cable was blocking me. Okay. Now the pan's not dirty, but I do want to show you something real quick that I think is pretty important. So when trying to clean a pan of this nature, now using less fat in your ground beef means you have less oil, which means it's not a big deal for your sink to clean it quickly. If you have a bunch of oil, you want to pour it into like tin foil or just wait for it to get hard and scrape it in the trash can. But, so I'm not using a crazy coarse sponge here. I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I can, get this clean as I can right quick. And what you'll probably see is I can't get everything. Like, it's basically clean, don't get it twisted. But there are still spots, and I'm not sure if those spots are a big deal to cooking or not. Like, there's still like some, you can't feel it, but there's something in the pan. So if I do this, and I don't drop the pan, very important step, grab some Barkeeper's Friend, just a little bit, and get your favorite coarser rag thingy. Get some on the floor, as per usual. It's a very important step here. Don't skip that. Wouldn't want to make that not a part of the process, am I right, fellers? But doing this, and now it'll be a lot cleaner. And I don't know what it is that, like, Barkeeper's has like a single ingredient and it just makes that possible. Okay, I don't want to get one on the floor, so I'm trying to show you, I promise. You see? Is that not crazy? That's why I love stainless steel, man. Because maybe I'm like a pseudo clean freak in some instances, and this just makes it to where I can do it and be chilling. Speaking of, if you guys are interested in some stainless steel pans, go to heritagesteel.com and use Odo10. It used to just be Odo, but they changed companies for the affiliate link. And if you buy pans in general, I don't recommend getting the crazy like 5-piece sets. Most of y'all won't use it. I don't even use it. Get like a 12-inch pan for ground beef and whatnot, and maybe just eggs, but I do like an 8.5-inch pan for eggs. Now I might change that up to the 12-inch, we'll see. Okay. Stop looking at my sink, guys, what the heck? Now we go back to preheating the stove, and we do the next piece of ground beef. This is gonna be the same process, basically. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Well, 1 more time, actually. I suppose I'm cleaning the pan 2 more times because I'm gonna clean it after I cook this next block, most likely. Sometimes I don't, I just don't care. But if I wanna have a really good goulash, I do this for a better Maillard reaction. The cleaner the pan, in my mind, the better the beef sticks to it, and the better chance it has of caramelizing in a sense. Because I'm pretty sure that's what the Maillard reaction is. It's a caramelization of the beef. Okay. While that's going, we'll go ahead and prep the next piece. Move this here. Boom. Ignore the Colombian Bam Bam. If you ain't first or last, everyone knows the rules. That's a bad cut. It's fine. Yeah, cooking eggs is way more simple. So I don't mind doing this whole arduous process because I know it's time consuming right now, but I'm making 5 meals and realistically I could make more. And like I said, if my stove didn't suck, it wasn't terrible, then I could do a single batch and be done. I think maybe I'm the kind of fellow that needs to get one of those like flat out stainless steel stoves. But then again, maybe not. I'd be cool with like a random just a skillet that's like muy big, probably 24 inches wide and 16 inches long. If I had that, I could make 4 to 5 pounds of ground beef exactly like this, probably 6 to 7 pounds actually. But we'll see. Okay. Back to the task at hand. Ooh, today Rogue Core, I'm pretty sure it goes into early access. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited to play that. I am working on a Far Far West tier list for spells, so I think I might finish that before playing Rogue Core, but I'll probably just stream it. I'll just stream Rogue Core instead of actually trying to do anything else too crazy. Because, dude, it takes forever to make tier lists. Trying to put all the gameplay, like show people you're not stupid or not too stupid. Show what you're talking about, brother. And part of the issue is I'm just not very organized. It's mind-blowing how beneficial organization is. It's also funny, dude. As you get older, you'll realize the things that you didn't really care for as a kid are paramount to your survival as an adult or to your prosperity as an adult. So for instance, in my case, I never quite liked videos or making them. And I first got exposed to it in, let's say, geography class in 5th grade. Okay, class, let's go ahead and do a video on XYZ. And it wasn't so much the topic that I was disinterested in. It was the idea of making a video. It just seemed foreign. It seemed ridiculous. I also didn't quite like stories or telling stories. And I'd say that these days I still suck at storytelling. Like that has not improved much. But I kind of structure things in like an essay format almost. Like I don't ever make scripts, but I still have to do a starting thesis dang near. So we have our starting paragraph, our body paragraph, and our conclusion. Like I still do that in videos, kind of. And I used to absolutely hate writing about that stuff when I was younger. But it's just weird how as you get older, you'll realize the things you didn't like as a kid or weren't interested in somehow find a way to be very impactful in your daily life, potentially. Anyway, I'll think about that more and have a better cohesive thought on it in the future. Those videos take way too long. They do, especially like, if you're doing it right. Because you can do tier lists where it's just you talking about the stuff and you have tier maker open, like that takes no time at all. It takes the length of the video in a sense. Oh, it's a 40-minute tier list, it's a 40-minute video. But like having to actually show what you're talking about, dog. Especially if your game is complex, which is ideal. Like Helldivers 2, man, there's so much going on these days. Like doing a tier list for every support weapon, every primary weapon against every faction in the same video, that's gonna be an hour-long video. Easy. In like the near future. What up, Swaney? The protein powder Rice Krispie treats coming in. Oh, coming back? Those were so bad. I did see a video on how to make them better. So I might attempt that in the future. I think I do want to try more stuff along those lines of just like simple baking or okay. I didn't mean to have you guys point at the freaking pantry. That's my bad. Listen, this is not a cinematography style channel. I'm trying my best. It's a work in progress, all right? It's a work in progress. You guys like my pantries? Are they cool? Don't be afraid of getting those hands dirty. I mean, I don't want to get my hands dirty with like raw meat and then be touching other stuff too much. Like, I've gotten better with the idea of God gave you skin, which I'm not super religious, but God gave you skin for a reason. Or a better phrasing, or a different phrasing is, you have skin for a reason. So you can touch things that may gross you out, you'll be fine. But, that being said, again, I don't want to touch ground beef and then be touching everything else, because it's just, you're contaminating too many things at that point. Like, that's where it gets to be unideal. In this case, man, I don't know. If the parchment paper is like, if they make this and it's not super cumbersome to create, I don't mind using 2. Ain't no big deal. But, and also in this case, I don't want to have to do this, wash my hands, do this, wash my hands, and do this, wash my hands. I got 3 pounds of ground beef. So I have a method to my mayhem for a reason. Making a tier list video can take days of on and off editing, depending on how big it is. It's a real pain. Yep. And that's all before factoring in actually understanding the stuff too. Like I think for a single thing in Helldivers 2, like a Warbond, it's a bit different. Like those aren't too crazy to learn and figure out. But for lengthier videos, that's where it gets to be ridiculous. Especially if things change too. Tiers for the same thing is going to be completely different in just a month for Helldivers 2. We'll see. I think folks are excited for the June update, and I would say I'm here. Waiting to see what they do because I can't be excited, I can't be optimistic. They've kind of killed that for me. So I'll just see what happens. That is currently where I'm at. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start this meat on the crock pot actually. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. I completely forgot it's actually a big factor. Alright. So crock pot is finally going. And I think for the sake of brevity, I will cook this beef and then we'll just start the other one right after. We'll deglaze the pan and go from there. Speaking of things, I didn't take my shoving match. I forgot. Hey. Man, I keep dropping everything. It's getting ridiculous. It's 2. I think, yep. Boom. So, supplement-wise, I take omega-3s, NAC, this is skin and eye support. I just started taking that. I got 15 grams of creatine, 1 scoop of optimized minerals, and I've got optimized vitamins, the little droplet thing, and magnesium. And I think I just got these things called sleep caps. I'm trying that over melatonin to see if it's different or better. And if you do take melatonin, I recommend like 3 milligrams or less. Some folks be getting like 30 milligrams. That don't do anything. It's excessive. What build is this? This is the meal prep build. Lasts for 5 or 6 days. The kind of build that's got 66 grams of protein, 42 grams of carbs, and 24 grams of fat. 666 calories around there. Those numbers are rough estimates. It's on my chronometer, but that's around what it is. It's that damn near tism-filled food enthusiast build. The one in which people that partake in it eat the same stuff constantly. Which I'm curious if that's like a common thing or not. I feel like a lot of folks are into just eating different meals. Like they have to have new stuff. They'll get bored of the same thing. Where's my water at? Oh, water! Where are you? Oh, I found it. Okay, so earlier I mentioned fans. If you guys ever buy fans, make sure if you buy one, it has the ability to turn the light off when your light switch is on. If you buy a camera or a remote for it. I bought a new fan in my master bedroom. And for me to turn off the light, I have to turn off the light switch first, turn it on, and then I have the ability to use the remote the way I want to, which is be in my bed and turn the light off. It is one of the stupidest things ever. And it is, you shouldn't have to even Google that in the first place, but hey man, folks will sell whatever they can and it's your fault for not knowing. Whereas in this case, I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer that, hey, I'm buying a remote for my ceiling fan, the light. I want to turn it off when the light switch is on. It's quite tilting. The ADHD tax. Supplements, right? No wonder he looks, what do you say? No wonder he looks twice the size as 2 to 3 years ago. Well, two to 3 years ago, I wasn't lifting weights that much. So when I was 20 years old, that was around the time I stopped lifting weights. And at that time, I weighed like 200 pounds almost. A lot of it was fat. Oh well. And I just didn't lift much at all for the next 7 years. So only when I'm about 27 or so, I started to get back to the gym, like actually going to a gym. It was 7 years before I went to a gym. I went to the same one I'm going to now for the past year and a half, 2 years. So I'm bigger because I'm actually doing stuff. I'm lifting weights constantly, consistently, progressing my weights. Although it's very difficult to do that in a sense. It's fun though. Like if folks like video games and the idea of progression in video games, I just can't imagine they wouldn't enjoy progressing in real life as well. Like there's something so fulfilling about seeing yourself grow stronger and also understanding that you getting stronger will give you a better longevity of life, better quality of life, improved longevity, and you're improving your aesthetic too. Like there's so many benefits to lifting, mentally, physically, crazy. So I think I realized that, damn, I was like, when I went back to the gym initially, or when I was getting back into it, I was very unhealthy. I was just not feeling good, going to the doctor occasionally because I just felt like trash, like I was dying, and it was because I just wasn't in like a healthy spot. Yeah, the pan's kind of warm. I'm telling you, man, if I could just do all the ground beef in one fell swoop, it'd be life-changing. Genuinely life-changing. When are you releasing your own brand of sweatpants? I like sweatpants, I really do. These are Adidas. I have to get more shirts because I start wearing extra large now. This is a large, I think. So I need more shirts, I need more sweatpants because I've been wearing the same clothes for the past 5-something years. Like, they call me hand-me-down hunter because I always get my clothes from my brother, or I used to. And these days, I like wearing a bunch of cartoon shirts, like Courage right here, one of my favorite shirts of all time. But it's obviously looking kind of rough. Okay. Take the ground beef. No, it's gonna, no, it sat out too long. Oh, we're good. I like being able to take it in one fell scoop of sorts. I'm a fan of that. Okay. Now, we'll go ahead and prep the last one. And then we'll be done. So with this goulash, like I said earlier, I'm doing 3 pounds of grass-fed, grass-finished beef. It's not a huge deal, it just tastes better to me, especially from Central Market. 16 ounces of black beans, and roughly a pound of carrots. That goes in roughly 2 hours before it's fully done. Because this will cook for about 10 hours, maybe 12. Depends, it just goes how long I want it to go. And we've got 2 things of kettle and fire bone broth, classic beef. You can just add water if you felt like it, but I like this instead. And 16 ounces of tomato sauce with 32 ounces of diced tomatoes. Speaking of tomato sauce, I want to get a different brand, but I forgot to have this out earlier. This is another part of the whole meal. I need to buy this stuff in bulk. I gotta find a place to get like 16 cans in a single package, or 12 cans in a single package. Preferably not Hunt's though. And if you're buying cans, I recommend the ones you have to open yourself manually, because the ones that have the easy pop cover, you cannot scrape it out and get all the stuff with like a silicone spatula. So it's wasteful. That's my thought, at least. One of my favorite shirts is Dogbert holding a bat by a broken and smoking computer with the caption, "The server's down, but I'm feeling better." That's pretty good. Yeah, I love cartoon shirts, man. I think that they're expressive, they're fun. A lot of my shirts are pretty negative though. And I know that some folks are like, yeah, it fits your personality. I don't know what it is. Like Snoopy shirts, I'll do it tomorrow. Garfield shirts make sense. I guess that some of those cartoons, they're just lazy figures. But I wish that there was more positive or just like funny, quirky cartoon shirts that I saw. I wish. Oh well. Checking the cam. This will get better eventually, I promise. Just not anytime soon. Words. I gotta have like a multi-cam setup to make this more fluid. Once that's done, we'll be chillin'. I can't believe that Cartoon Network is off. It's just off the air. I'm not sure how long that's been going on for, but Cartoon Network was my jam, dude. Kids Next Door, Courage the Cowardly Dog. I think Scooby-Doo on there as well. Johnny Test. Honestly though, a lot of Scooby-Doo. Like Scooby-Doo, even to this day, I'm a big fan. There's like the Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Cove. That's a newer cartoon of Scooby-Doo. That is such a banger. IMO. I'll have my nieces and nephews watching it, and they'll like go back and forth between saying, Scooby-Doo is super scary, but then also say, hey, Uncle Hunter, can we play more Scooby-Doo? And I'm going, which one is it? Because your mom will get mad at me for playing this, but you yearn for solving mysteries. So am I the bad guy for putting them onto it or not? Like, am I the one who's mistaken here? But I think that Scooby-Doo makes more sense than freaking Bluey or whatever that one Muppet is. There are some kid shows that are flat out weird. Like some are educational, that's cool. It's an adult doing educational stuff, fine. Others are like, they're too babyfied. And you'll have like 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds watching it, and they don't need to see that nonsense. It's like just, it's legitimately, it's like the training wheels for brain rot. And I think some of it's weird. Like in that sense, you're better off watching a dang cartoon. I'm pretty sure that isn't Cartoon Network gone? What about Nickelodeon? Oh, Nickelodeon, well, SpongeBob, obviously. I forget where stuff was. Like, there's Nickelodeon, there was Danny Phantom, there was Dexter's Lab, that was Cartoon Network. There was, oh, there's so many cartoons. Pinky and the Brain, Cat Dog. What was on Nickelodeon? Because the main thing I watched there was SpongeBob, which I didn't watch too much SpongeBob, honestly. I should actually watch more of it as an adult. Alright. Now this one's a bit flat, or flatter than I want. So I have a secret tech. Let me go ahead and make that not so flat. Boom. I was at my parents' house, and they made brisket. And brisket's good, but I'm pretty sure brisket's like, it's dang near equal in protein to fat, which may be only if you eat the actual fat of it, but still. So I had them get 3 pounds of ground beef. We had ground beef the night before, and there was 1 pound left over. I did the same thing I'm doing right now. I made this block, I put it on the stove, cooked it all the way through, and just had a block of ground beef with mashed potatoes. That was my dinner at their house. And then they always question, like, how come you eat so much at like restaurants? And I'm sitting in my head going, you saw me eat a pound of ground beef and like it was nothing the night before. I can eat a lot of food, guys. It's not a big deal. And we went to Culver's yesterday, or was it Culver's or Chester's? The burger place in Texas. Went to, I think, Chester's. And I'm ordering my food. I just wanted to get like a triple burger, a triple chili burger. And they're behind the counter going, I wish I had a fast metabolism like you. It ain't metabolism. It ain't metabolism. It's called, in my case, it's just progressively overloading my ability to eat more food. It's kind of like what people do for the food challenges and whatnot, but mine's like on a much smaller level. Because there was a time where I could not eat the food I'm eating right now. Not even close to it. But over time, I just kept at it, and we progressed. Maintain the task at hand. Scanning, target. Zooming in. Moving down. Boom. It's ready to flip, sire. Okay, that's I think a better mild reaction by a smidge. Do you need to flip that meat on the stove? Is the stove on? The stove's on. I'm letting it get that crust. Yeah. So I'm looking for a mild reaction. A mild reaction occurs when you have, in this case, I'm pretty sure this ground beef is just making pure contact with the stainless steel. And I don't know the exact science. I just know if the pan's hot enough and you put the ground beef on, it will get that crust. And that gives it a lot better flavor than if you just cook it and it's like gray. Like some folks will make you gray ground beef, like my mom does. I'm trying to teach her about the mild reaction, but she's set in her ways. Some folks are too far gone, you know? They're just beyond saving. Jetix? I never seen Jetix. Alright. I'm not sure. So they say like watching paint dry. In this case, you're watching ground beef sear. Is it called sear? I don't know. Boom. I have to keep zooming in, zooming out. I'm like a cameraman here. Trying to be at least.